Capes. They're important in RuneScape. They are hard evidence of your skill, of your luck, your ability to grind, how much you hate yourself. But there's one cape that I believe is more well known than any other among RuneScape players. I really don't think there is anything as universally infamous in this medieval browser-based clicking game from 2007 as the Fire Cape. Even if you're a new player, fresh out the gate, maybe you came from Steam, played a bit on mobile, whatever, you've seen it. Looks like a cheese pizza, it flows and moves and shit. Yeah, that one, the pizza time cape. This bright orange cloak may cause the untrained eye to have a few responses. Eye strain, first and foremost, like, look at this fucking thing. But mostly, a sense of uncanny skepticism. Why is this cape so important? Why do I see people with it on everywhere? How do you even get it? And to put it simply, this is one of the best combat capes in the game for mid to high level range. The stats it provides are really only beaten by a few endgame equipment choices, such as the Infernal Cape, which you have to be a fucking meth addict and or a psychopath to actually have that. And so the Fire Cape is highly sought after and claimed as a universal symbol in the natural item progression of the game. For many, it's the peak of their mountain. For some, it's just another step. And for me, well, the Fire Cape and I had an interesting relationship, to say the least. Interesting in the sense that there was no relationship at all. I never even tried to get it. So how does one get it? This is the fun part right here. Boom! So there I was, deep in the volcano of Karamja. The Tizar city of moral wreck. Creatures of igneous structure wandered in their flaming caverns and molten corridors, going about their days and living their lives to their fiery fullest. But would you look at that, when I try and enter the city, they're all like, fuck off, idiot. What the hell, why can't I go in? You got to prove yourself, stupid. Go get the fucking Fire Cape and then maybe I'll give you the time of day. Stupid. Okay, how do I get that? Boom, motherfucker. Fight caves. That's right, baby, the fight caves. You've seen it, you've heard of it. 62 waves of onslaught from enemies of increasing level and difficulty, attacking in different formations and combinations, leading up to the Tiztok Jad, the final boss. A menacing beast infamous for the timing, resilience, and nerves of steel needed to beat him. And if you manage to survive all 62 waves with supplies to spare and manage to beat the Jad himself, you are rewarded handsomely with this huge-ass slice of pizza. The cape is more of a requirement now more than an achievement in many people's eyes, seeing that they've been prayer-flicking Jad and running the fight caves with their eyes closed and their dick strapped behind their back since it came out. But for someone like me who didn't even as much as know how many waves the fight caves had, it looked exceptionally daunting and foreboding. I had been a subpar skiller all my life. I didn't give a shit for combat. I liked cutting down trees and shit like that. I didn't really like anything else. But now, in the present year, I had grown attracted to completing such a challenge. Not just everyone has a Fire Cape, though at times it may seem like that. Matter of fact, a large majority of the player base hasn't even seen the levels required to make an attempt at it. I know, isn't that fucking crazy? And so while I don't feel too left out on not having one, I still feel real fucking noobish and stupid for not even attempting it once. But that changes now. I solemnly vow on this goblin in okay, yeah, fuck you too. I solemnly vow on this goblin in Lumbridge that I will get that Fire Cape. No matter how many troubles I find myself in, no matter how many attempts it takes, I will return to you fellow goblins with that flaming cape and make you so jealous you damn near shit yourself and go blind, and not in that order. So come with me on this journey of exhaustion and tribulation, trial, error, more errors than trials, and join me for the momentous occasion where this RuneScape idiot achieves their first Fire Cape. Right, so, ever since I was real young, and I was playing RuneScape in the school's computer lab instead of doing my Mavis Beacon typing minigames, I used the melee. I took one look at some guy with a two-handed sword and thought, oh yeah, that's fucking cool. That's sweet. That's ballin'. I'm gonna do that. That's so cool. Have sex with me. And whenever I'd see someone with a crossbow or using magic, I'd laugh at them and call them nerds or geeks behind their backs. Harsh projection from the young me, I'd say, but fast forward many years down the line and I learned that I was fucking wrong. Ranged is like kinda good. More like it's really good. It's the only way to go for most of the game, I'd say. But my range level wasn't exactly the best. It was up there, certainly. Probably number 15 on the global leaderboards, I say, but it's certainly not the best, albeit close. So as they say, to make some lemonade, you gotta crack a few eggs. And so, hey, I got to cracking. Equipped an ugly-ass dragon hide and a frog mask, because I'm not wearing a fucking coif. Are you kidding me? I hopped my way from that low-ass number to that beautiful 70. Now, I was gonna get to 75 so I could get the blowpipe, and then I could, you know, get the most efficient weapon, but, you know, fuck that. I don't need metas. I got my Carol's crossbow, I got my Armadillo D-hide, my fucking Armadillo helmet, and said, fuck all you, we get this cape tonight, baby! And believe it or not, against all odds, I actually died on wave 55. No! What? But I did pretty good for a blind first attempt, I'd say, besides from the fact that I was using accurate attack stance and a Carol's crossbow. But I learned a lot about the caves on that run. I learned all the mobs' movement and attack styles, as well as what they do. These little bats drain your prayer points every time they hit you, even if they only hit you for a 0. These blob boys do melee damage, and when you kill them, they split into 2 smaller melee blob boys. These fuckers shoot spikes at you constantly because they never been loved and they suck and they're stupid. Fuck you. These bastards heal other enemies and hit you for crazy numbers if you get close, but they're stupid and easy to kill. And these fuckers will one-shot you if you're not praying mage and take 4 billion years to kill them. Like, the continent of Antarctica has melted and refrozen in the time it took for me to kill this bastard with a Carol's crossbow. And sadly, on my first attempt, I did not get to Jad because I'm stupid. But like an absolute loser, and my head hanging low, I walked off that island, but I did not give up. I went back to training range and hit level 75. Now I could actually use the toxic blowpipe, an extremely huge upgrade. I actually bought a bond to sell so I could, you know, cheat my way to just getting enough money to buy Zoro scales and darts to pump that shit full of the good. But I accidentally ended up buying a bond for RuneScape 3 because I'm not fucking used to how bonds work. And so I went searching across the internet for how to transfer the bonds, going from one forum to the next, each time being asked to log in. And so I went along, blindly logging in every time it asked me to, and found that I actually did have to send in a support ticket. Now, I didn't want to because it told me I had to wait 48 hours, and so I don't like waiting, dude. So I just kept looking around the internet to try and find any other solution, but I couldn't find anything. And so, hey, listen. I sent the support ticket to get my bond transferred, and then I said, hey, fuck it. Hey, let's just get another bond. I ain't waiting home skillet. And so with my new arsenal, I ventured out for the first actual genuine fire cape attempt. My loadout looked a bit like this. Archer's Ring, not imbued because Nightmare Zone is not something I want to do right now. Amulet of Glory, because you can never go wrong with a Gloria unless it's a hole in a bathroom stall. Armadillo Van Braces, Armadillo Boots, Armadillo Chaps, Armadillo Dragonhide Body, and an Armadillo Helmet. And finally, the Toxic Blowpipe with 4,000 rune darts, and a trimmed fire-making cape. Now, listen, I'm not going for one of those usual choices in this slot, simply due to the +4 prayer bonus that a trimmed scale cape offers. And also because it's a fire-making cape, and I'm trying to get the fire cape, so it's like, it's like a juxtaposition. With my arsenal prepared and my spirits high, I set out for my second attempt. This time I actually managed to get to Jad, but the healer phase, as one would say, gave a sudden onset of acute psychosis and resulted in me fucking it up and dying. No! But this time was better. I learned my way around the caves itself, learned how to utilize Italy Rock here, and got to Jad himself, a level 702 behemoth with all attack styles, who summons healers to heal him. Naturally. That was kind of fucking redundant. And will not relent until you are defeated. With every attempt, I was steadily improving, as was my gear and my use of supplies. But after this failure, I knew I had to learn more. I got to cracking. I cracked so many fucking eggs to make this lemonade, dude. I looked up many safe spots, guides, and methods used for the waves, leading up to Jad and for Jad himself, educating myself and even taking mock quizzes on the mechanics to better myself in every way imaginable. The third time would certainly be it. And so with my head up high and newfound knowledge, I logged off the game in Edgeville's bank, a persistent smile on my face. For the following night would certainly be the day I get that fire cape. Plenty of buts, but no ifs or ands. I'm getting it. I'm getting that fucking fire cape. When I logged in, I found myself in the Castle Wars Bank, very far from where I had logged off last. No Armadale helmet, no archer's ring, no gold, no blowpipe. Wait a second. My godsword was gone, my fashion scape was gone, and many of my other items had disappeared. By golly me, would you look at that? I had actually been hacked. Now, I'll admit it. When I was trying to transfer my bond from RuneScape 3 to OSRS, I read through Jagex support that it would take up to 48 hours, and I kinda just wanted to get it done instantly. So I surfed across the internet, forum post to forum post, shady website to shady website to try and find any information on how I could speed up the process. A couple of times I was asked to log into Jagex, and usually the website asked me to log in multiple times in a day, so I didn't think anything of it, but apparently one of those websites was a phishing site. And stupidly, I had fallen for it. Now, this wasn't my first time falling for a phishing website. I did it 8 years ago, too. But I didn't exactly lose anything. Now, though, I actually had a little bit of shit, and man, fuck. Fade back to the present, and I sat speechless. No items, no gold, nothing but the clothes on my back. My blowpipe, my helmet, godsword, fashionscape, all of it was gone. Eerily, I stood still, silently pondering my actions in the bank of Castle Wars. How can I get a fire cape if I don't even have the items or gold to do it? I felt rather quashed, suppressed, curb stomped by fate, a crippling defeat unlike anything I had faced before in this game. But in the newfound urge to surrender, I remembered that really cheesy proverb that middle-aged women in menopause post on Facebook. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. I realized that the hard part was already done. No matter how many times I'm hacked, they can't take my stats away. They may have taken the gold, the items, the drive I had to keep going, but they did not steal my resilience. All I needed now was gold, and luckily, not that much of it because, you know, I'm not exactly fucking rolling in it. Much like the average RuneScape player's penis, I was very average. Ooh. Now, there are gold making methods. I don't need to tell you that. It's like second grade level knowledge at this point. Even people who don't play RuneScape have seen fucking gold making methods pop up everywhere. Some are brilliant, some not so much, but in the current state that I was sitting at, I knew I needed something that would make me a ton of money fast, with little to no investment at all. And sadly, prostitution is against the RuneScape TOS apparently, and so I can't market off of that, and selling buckets wasn't exactly going to bring me to the top of the food chain anytime soon, and so I needed a new idea, and quickly too. I could have just sold the Armadale D'hide they left over, but it really made no sense to do that if I was just going to buy it back later on, and so I just held on to it and brainstormed up a quick plan. When it hit me, the cape. The cape. It's all in the fucking cape. Look at it. Take a real good look at. No. Get your eyes off of the fucking monitor. Listen, I need you to stand up, soldier. Listen, right here. Look at this fucking cape. Whoa, dude, not that hard. Chill out, dude. But really, this fucking cape. Look at it. What do you see? What do you see? It became ever so clear to me that it was not surrender time, but rather, it was pizza time, baby. I headed for the Warriors Guild, a burning endeavor in my heart, and for hours upon hours I bought pizzas from the chef. Hopping from server to server, yoinking all the pizza I could hold, flipping them on the Grand Exchange for a whopping 120% profit. You might need to strap me down and bring me to a psych ward after you hear how crazy I was with this tactic, but I started buying the motherfucking potatoes too! Minutes turned to hours, hours turned to more hours, and I had more pizzas than I had ever seen in my entire life of living in New York, and that's a lot. A few thousand pizzas later, I bought my blowpipe back and charged it with a couple thousand scales and adamant darts, since rune darts are for bastards, and luckily enough in Lumbridge my friends Lucky and Cruiseship even handed me the money that they had left in their banks from when they still played.
Yo,
Thank you, Lucky.
no problem, Cozy.
I will repay you double this when I return with my cape. It will happen, mark my words.
You appreciate that. Thank you.
The metaphor. I am off to attempt yet again.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you, fine gents.
Yo,
Thank you so much.
good shit.
I will give it back to you when I have my cape, I promise. Even if you won't need it, I will return the favor in the future.
Good man.
It will be fantastic.
Good luck.
Thank you, my man.
You can make a video out of this.
Mayhaps.
I promised them that I would repay them in the future. A goblin always pays his debts, and ventured out, continuing my peculiar pizza grind. Yeah, okay, alright, listen, there might be a few people with the fire cape, but how many people do you know monopolize pizza to earn back their lost items that they lost after getting hacked, to then go and try and get it? Yeah, me. That's right, me. The fucking pizza man. In a single day of selling pizzas, I had gotten back my blowpipe, but I was still a far ways away from what I needed. My armadillo helmet, my archer's ring. I determined maybe it was not meant to be after all. Maybe this fire cape is meant to be admired from afar. But then, a fucking brick with a letter attached to it, aka an email, smashed through my window in real life, and it was from Jagex, and they said, "Holy shit, the bond transfer was a success!" My jaw dropped, to say the least. For up until now, I had believed that the bond transfer went through when the hacker had my account, and the hacker had sold it and taken the money, but that was not the case. Elated, I quickly tore that bond out of my pouch and threw that bad boy onto the GE. In no time at all, I had practically cheated and printed myself some hard cash money. Swiftly, I purchased back an armadillo helmet and charged my blowpipe with more Zilra scales and adamant darts. And then, would you look at that, I may not have had my archer's ring any longer, rune darts, or a cool fashionscape outfit to wear when I get back, but I'd say this was a pretty good place to be. I set my eyes forward through the tiny-ass slits in this ugly chicken head-ass helmet, and valiantly set myself onward once more. In rain or shine, this cape would be mine. It's like a poem, because it rhymes. March. The month in which spring begins. A month of new beginnings, of rebirth, renewal, growth. How symbolic is it that I found myself in such a setting on such a date? It's not symbolic at all, because spring actually starts in like 20 fucking days, I don't know. It was my third attempt for the fire cape, and this time I was going to take it a bit differently. I yoinked Varric's skirt for 500k, a small amount for someone who had monopolized pizzas, and with that I figured my loadout was perfect. The Varric skirt gave a slight decrease in my offensive range stats, however, the additional defense and prayer bonuses compensated greatly for it. And now, with a deep breath, some Saradoan brews, super restores, and a bastion potion, I headed out to Karamja once more. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I had to do once I got to the healers. But then I actually learned a specific strategy involving this part of the arena and this little fucking guy here. Apparently, the entire fight caves can be determined based on the spawn locations of this level 45 melee blob in Wave 3. If he spawns around here, that means that the orange mage in Wave 62 spawns around here as well. And naturally, that means that Jad would spawn up there also. And there is a safe spot you can bring the healers to in the healer phase using Italy Rock if Jad happens to spawn up there. A very devious smile found its way to my enthused face, and without even leaving the fucking island, I headed back into the caves. They couldn't even hack me hard enough to keep me from my goal. Nothing was going to stop me, motherfucker. 3 failures? That's plenty enough. This time was not like the rest. It's as the saying goes, 4th time's the charm. I think that's the saying. Wait. This is it. This is the one. I feel it. I feel it. I fucking feel it. Alright, okay. Heal up. Make sure I'm fucking full stats and everything. Deep breaths. Alright. Boys, let's ride. Hey, small cock Jad. Hey, let's see what you got, bitch. Is that all? Oh, no. Alright. Is that it? Okay, alright. Let's fucking go. Is that range? Okay, good. Fuck, okay, there we go. Okay, alright. I got them all, bitch. Follow me, motherfuckers. Come over here. Yeah, that's right, you can't hit me over here, can you, Jad, you little shitbag? I won't make you watch it because it's graphically disturbing, but I made the healers my bitch. Mage. Range. 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 Yes! Yeah, bitch! Holy shit, it's so fucking ugly. Small cock Jad! How does it feel to be a bitch? And there it was. With trembling hands and a pounding heart, I equipped the ugliest fucking cape the world had ever seen, and smiled one of the biggest smiles I had ever had upon my face. This should be God-given proof that stupid people can get a fire cape. Even after I was fucking hacked and dumb and stupid and stuff, I still managed to whip out that goblin cock and bash Jad across his jaw with it. What we have witnessed here today, flounders and gentlefish, is nothing short of a small melodramatic anecdote. But in the scale of my world as of yet, it's as dopamine-inducing as it can get. I returned to Lumbridge to show Lucky that I had done it. I gave him his gold and doubled it as I had promised, and he thanked me profusely. However, Cruiseship was nowhere to be seen, and so until a further date, I'm holding onto his money for him. Yeah, that's my excuse. Thanks, idiot. Your money's mine now. I wandered to the goblin folk I had sworn to, and stood valiantly before them. I told you, I said to myself. I vowed I would return here with evidence of my victory. And in a brilliant act of celebration, the goblins ignored me, and moved about in circles as they had for 20 years before. And this was exactly the ending that I had hoped for. Exactly what I intended.
Babies are whack as shit, honestly. They can suck my dick.